Okay, in this series of tutorials I'm going to show you how to put a podcast together in Audacity. Now you'll find Audacity in the programs list. Notice it's got this headphone icon. I've got one open here. It opens up and looks like this. Now before you get going with Audacity you should have found some music that you want to listen to, or want to use rather on your podcast, and you should have recorded your narration, your speech for the podcast, and have anything else that you need, like any sound effects or anything. So here we are in Audacity. So we need to bring our music in. So file and import. Now if there's a different version of Audacity running in school and file and import isn't there, look and see if there's a menu which says add or insert. So essentially we're just going to find the audio. Okay, so first of all I'm going to bring in my backing music, Global Connect, and you'll see it coming in, and there it is. Okay, and it's named there, and you can see the sound waves. You can press play and listen to it, and these numbers at the top are how long the piece is. You've got some zooming in and out up here, so if you want to at a later stage you normally use those to really get things absolutely in the right place so it sounds perfect. Right, now then let's bring in the first bit of narration. So let's get Lucy. Okay, so you'll see that that's brought that in and it's put it down below, and the track is in exactly the same place as the music. So at the moment it's right on top, and do the same with Peter. And so we have our music, all our three tracks in. Now if you have something that's not got a name that you can recognise, or it just comes in as audio, you can click here and go to name, and then you can rename it. So if you've got lots of tracks, multiple tracks, it's a good idea to have a name so you know where they are, what they are. And you can move these up and down so that you can get it in the order that you prefer. So for example, I think I prefer to have the backing music right at the bottom. There we go. Okay, so at the moment all of the two tracks, the three tracks, are all on top of each other. Peter and Lucy are talking at the same time. So up here is your tool box. It may be in a slightly different place. Double-headed arrow will move your tracks along. Okay, so fairly straightforward. You see that? Did you see that yellow line appear there? And it just showed it was exactly in the right place. So that's quite a useful tool. Zoom, I tend to use that one to be honest, but that shows you so you can really, when you're editing, you can really get in nice and tight. Okay, now you can mute as well. Oh no, you can't anymore. No, there it's here. If you want to mute a backing track, just to test what you've got in a clip, then just press that mute button there. Okay, so what you'll need to do is obviously you'll need to play it and see what needs to be done to it. This tool here is your selection tool. So what you do, just like if you were selecting a word in a PowerPoint or something, you select the section of audio that you want to edit. If you want to delete it, you just press delete on the keyboard, just like you would in Word. This is undo, or Control Z works just the same. There are effects that you'll need. Now generally, I mean, you can see there's lots and lots. Fade in and fade out are ones that I recommend for the beginning and the end of the podcast, but mostly you're going to use amplify. Amplify, turn the volume up, turn the volume down. You can have a bit of fun with changing the speed of the voice to make you sound like you're on helium, but generally, make sure that the podcast can be heard. So let's have a look then at what we might do here. So have I got Lucy and Peter set up? Pretty much. These aren't actually the final pieces of work. What happened to Peter? Did I delete Peter? Yeah, okay, there we go. So Peter can go after Lucy. So there's a little scroll here. Move that there. And in fact, I don't want Lucy I want a bit of music at the beginning. How many seconds of music? 2.5, maybe 3 seconds of introductory music. And I'll zoom back out again. And then I'll move Peter along to there. And we'll do the end in a minute. Okay, so while Peter and Lucy's narration is going on, the backing track does not need to be so loud. So I'm going to highlight. So actually, I'm just going to look and see where Peter's ends, just over 12 and a half. So I'm going to highlight the section of the backing track that I want to alter, about there, and effect and amplify. Now, if you go into a negative number, like so, it's going to reduce the volume. If you go higher, it's obviously going to make it louder. And you can press preview to hear what it may sound like. I don't know if you can actually hear that because I've got headphones on, but I can hear the level that it's at, so I'll say yes, okay, I'm going to have that. And you'll see the sound waves reduce. Now, if I could show, so I'm going to go for the fade in at the beginning, and you'll see what happens. Now, actually, I need a little bit more than 3 seconds, don't I? So there's a little tip. If you're going to use fade in, maybe do that first before you do the other one. And at the end, exactly the same. So after about 12, I'll have some seconds. I'm going to delete all of this, highlight it all, press delete, and go back and fade this out. So I think I probably could have done it a little bit better if I wasn't rushing, but there we go. Fade that out. Now you could play the whole thing, which I just play, and now I just will show you that. This is one of the things that students errors commonly make. If you press pause, you can't then do anything. You see, it's that the amplifier is faded out, so you can select, but you can't actually do anything. You must press stop. Okay, so that's just now you can do what you need to do. Okay, so often students ask why it's not working. Well, the reason is because you've got it on pause, not on play. Okay, so once you're happy and you're done, and obviously I've only got 3 tracks, but I think in my original one there's 6 or 7. Get that all sorted out. Save project, and it will be saved, as it says, as a .aup. Now, this is a file that can only be opened in Audacity, so you can come back and edit it at a later stage, but it's no use for, linking to a website, putting in a PowerPoint, sticking on iTunes or whatever. So you'd save it, but as it says here, for use, you will then export it. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that for now. So you go to export, file and export, and you've got your different types. So MP3 file is the most commonly used type of compressed music file. You can see that there's an Apple format there, Microsoft format there, format for mobiles, various other types of music file. So MP3, give it another name, because otherwise I'm going to go over my backing track, and save. Then you get this up. This is your metadata, and quite useful for GCSE, because you tend to think about metadata as being to do with geotagging on photos, where the data that's stored with the picture is its latitude and longitude coordinates. But you can see here that this is bringing from the music, but you can actually remove these, clear these. You could make, you could add, I think. There you go. So, Casterton ICT pod could be the artist name. The title could be RAM and Peripherals. The year is 2012, etc. This is the metadata that will go into go along with the file, but you don't necessarily have to do that. Let's OK. Tells us that it's going to be mixed down into one. You can click OK, and then you'll see it exporting. Okay, and that we should see, there it is here, and you can see that with the metadata here is telling us what the things that I changed in that final section. Okay, well I hope that that's helpful and you can make some fantastic